Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Candles have implications.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. To my right, Shaney.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. We're brought to you by Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago, GenericClothes.com, and Hellbender Vinyl. If you're listening to us live, tune in Monday on this 5 p.m. evening on the Live 365 app to take us with you wherever you go. Or you can also go to WSRRradio.com. It's the homepage for all of our content, as well as us-radio.com. Again, not sure how we got there. Not sure who uploaded us there, but
We're grateful.
thanks. Yeah. That number to text in, 216-859-8699. That's 216-859-8699 is the Rebel Hotline. Because we're not going down. There's no need to light the candles, and
We're not going down.
we're not going down. We're not the Deadly Boys.
The pilots are in the cockpit.
We are cocked and loaded.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's an aviation term, right?
Yeah.
They get on the plane and they
They're
go,
cocked and loaded.
yeah, they go, attention passengers, we are cocked and loaded. That's what they do when the pilots get on, yeah.
We're cocked and cocked and cocked and cocked. Sorry.
It's a
We're
penis
loaded.
joke.
Yeah.
It's a penis joke.
Yeah.
Passengers on turbulent plane fear the end is near as flight crew hands out cryptic item. Are we dying? Wait, who wrote this article, by the way? Where's this from? New York Post?
Yeah.
Who, Alex Minecraft? What's his last name there?
Mitchell.
Alex Mitchell. This is,
Just, jeez.
the screen's pretty far away. Alex Minecraft from the New
Yeah.
York Post.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just like Jack Black.
it's candle. It's an electric candle.
Mm-hmm.
Cryptic item
Listen, I see both sides of that.
is a hell of a term.
That's like cryptic item though. That makes me think of like I'm playing an MMORPG. Or
Yeah,
something
I'm playing
that.
I'm doing a puzzle level in
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda.
I just talk to an NPC and complete the quest, and they give me a cryptic item.
Yeah, I'm in fucking Morrowind, and my cryptic item award meter is going up.
But also, let's flip the other side of that coin. Is it really that cryptic
Tails.
of an item? Yes, tails.
I
wa-
think so.
From
I mean,
Sonic.
in this situation,
Knuckles.
imagine you were on a turbulent flight that was like
No,
super bumpy.
I will not imagine
Mhm.
that.
And then the flight crew just starts handing out electric candles.
Yeah, why to any of it? Why are they handing out electric candles?
If the
No
power
idea.
goes out,
Why do they have
if the
electric
lights
candles?
go out,
Why not lanterns? Not oil lanterns. Like
Flashlights?
lanterns are not. I
didn't
think
mean.
I wouldn't think anything like this. Doesn't give me like cryptic item vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, cryptic item's a stretch.
Like I expect if someone says, "Hey, I'm gonna hand you a cryptic item," it better be like an ancient cursed skull.
Yeah, like
you know?
some kind of weird dagger
the
that's
monkey's
encased
paw.
in,
You
yeah.
better hand me the monkey's paw.
I better have like some fucking Cthulhu-ridden Necronomicon
Yeah.
item in my inventory
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cryptic item is a bit of a stretch, but no, why would you give out electric candles? I understand the sentiment of like, I would think we're going down.
Yeah, it's a little. It's a little.
No
spooky.
context. Here's an electric candle.
It's a
The
little
flickering
spooky.
kind.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, my logic brain wants to tell me I would like. I don't know. I start seeing people turning on their little LED candles.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
Saying
This
their
is-
prayers.
The druids are
this is
coming
the
out.
end.
There's
This is the
chants
end.
over the loudspeaker.
Yeah. Oh boy, no. Like, oh, what the fuck?
That or you booked a flight on Satanic Airlines, apparently.
I'm DB Cooper in it at that point. I'm getting the money. I'm getting the parachute, and I'm jumping off.
Yeah, why not flashlights? Why would you need flashlights on a plane? Don't they have like reserve power
Yeah.
like an apartment complex does? And planes are the apartment complex of the air.
That's what they say. That is what they call them. The apartment complex of the air. Planes. Yeah. I don't know if they. I mean, I guess I would assume that all planes have to have, because like you see in movies, like that red light turns on.
Yeah.
And then So yeah, I assume that there's some kind of backup light, which
There has to be because they have the black box, right? That has to run on backup power.
I don't know what that is.
The black box is a thing that records the pilot and the flight. So, like, if the flight goes down, they recover the black box to see what happened.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Mm-mm.
So, like, that's all we have from MH370, the Malaysian Airlines flight that disappeared. We don't have the black box, but we have, like, the last recording from it before the tower lost transmission to it is Good Night Malaysian Airlines or whatever it said.
Yeah.
But, like, the full detailed, like, transcription recording of what happened is lost.
I guess that makes sense.
Lost media.
Because the black boxes are what it is. In the black box is, like, tracked, right? It's essentially a tracking device.
Yeah.
So you should be able to like locate it, know where the plane is, and figure out what happened.
Interesting. I'm assuming it sends like an update an updated message or an updated log every couple of hours or something like that. Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. But so that's my thought process of like, why would you need flashlights or candles on a plane?
Yeah, why would you have the candles on
That's
the
what I'm
plane,
saying.
I guess? If you're stocking the plane with, like, okay, we need emergency lighting for the passengers, and then, like, your coworkers...
Johnson, did you buy the flashlights? And he's like, well, here's the thing. It was 2-day shipping for the flashlights, but I could overnight these electric candles.
We have electric dinner table candles.
Yeah, what if they were just a little, like, tea candles?
That's what it looks like.
Is it?
Look at what she's holding.
I thought it was like the stick, like Christmas candles.
No. It looks like a little, like,
It
something
is
that you would put on, like, a dinner
a
table
little
at a
tea
party.
candle, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? Tea candles?
I
have
think
no
so.
idea.
Teacup candles?
Tea kettle?
Not a tea kettle. They start handing out cryptic tea kettles.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
They're like, we're going down. Would you like blackberry or sleepy time?
Chamomile.
Yeah.
Chamomile or sleepy time for you. Thank you.
Cryptic tea on the airplane.
Whoa, cryptic tea.
Yeah. That's when you got rumors about the underworld. You're spilling the cryptic tea.
Again, I want to have the realist opinion of, unless like my flight attendants are wearing like druid robes and shit, like, and like the lights go out and they're like chanting over the PA, like
Yeah.
I would
There's smoke filling the aisle. Of the plane.
the Undertaker shows up.
The black lights come on.
I get tombstoned. No, I would just assume that it's for the light. Like, I would just assume they're like, okay, the lights might go out at this point.
I would assume we're dying. I would genuinely assume, like...
I don't know. Because it's one of those things where...
Because that seems like a very 60s thing. Like, before the TSA existed, I feel like in the 60s, you'd get on a plane and they'd be like, oh, we're going down. And they'd start handing out candles to people.
Candles.
Yeah. I feel like that's something I would see in a movie of like, oh, the plane's going down. Hand out the candles. Is there a pastor on board?
I guess. My brain just wants to tell me that, like, and again, you only know if you're in this situation of, like, a turbulent plane and then the flight attendants start doing weird cryptic shit to you. Like, you know.
To you?
I don't know, within the cabin, you know, they start doing cryptic shit.
They're over there like, it's time for the blood sacrifice.
Oh, man.
Man, I really shouldn't have booked Delta.
Mid-turbulence? Fuck.
No, that's Spirit.
But yeah, I would
This is Holy Spirit Airlines right here.
I would just assume it's a lighting issue and that I should expect the lights to go out at some point, potentially.
Maybe it was just like they ran out of peanuts and had to improvise.
Yeah, like, here, take these.
Yeah.
We figured you guys would like these instead.
Like, what else we got on board?
It's not a snack, but you guys can light them. It's pretty fun.
Why did they have them on board? That's the part that trips me up.
Again, going back to like, okay, you're packing the plane, which I'm assuming that's something that is like the flight attendant's job, or like maybe there's like
consumer services or something.
Yeah, consumer services for the airport that like packs each plane individually with its essential needs.
Well, because they gotta pass like code before they hit the runway, right? Of like things that need to be on the plane.
Yeah, I would at least I would have to assume, right?
I'm not Johnny Aviation over here.
Okay.
As many have speculated.
I thought you were.
I am in fact not Johnny Aviation.
I thought Johnny A stood for. I thought the A in Johnny A stood for aviation.
I know they call me Johnny A lot, but no, the A does not stand for aviation.
I just watched the.
Stands for aptitude test.
I just watched.
I'd be placing people in jobs like crazy.
I just watched Christmas Vacation recently. It's the holiday season.
I just got done saying I don't like that movie yesterday.
So it's no, I don't particularly love it, but they call him his wife calls him Sparky in that movie a lot, and I really love the idea of your wife having just a token nickname for you. Come on, Sparky, you can do it. Like such an 80s movie. So good.
What happened to nicknames like that?
Nothing good, I don't think. I think they all went by the wayside.
I think they all experienced some turbulence.
Yeah,
the candles came out.
Yeah, the candles came out. There was turbulence.
You know what? I think I'm changing my mind. I think the candles are a cryptic item.
Right?
Because if you're walking down the street and some guy just comes up to you and hands you a candle, that's kind of cryptic. Like if it was a Snickers, then that'd be fine.
I don't.
Guitar pick, sure. Candles have implications. There is death involved when there's candles.
There's whole movies based on candles.
I don't
16 of them.
disagree that it is a cryptic message to be handed a candle.
16 Candles is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Terrifying.
Hocus Pocus.
Terrifying.
It's about a candle.
Zac Efron? Isn't he in that?
That's 17 again.
Oh, 17 Candles with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Also a terrifying movie.
Petrified. No, it's cryptic. I agree. I don't want to say that being handed a candle on a plane is not a scary thing to happen. Like being in that moment, I'd be like, whoa. But I think seeing everybody else with their candles, I don't know. I'd have to be in that moment, but I'm trying
Group
to visualize.
session, you're okay with it?
Like I'm looking around, everyone has their candles and they're
You
like
just feel
turning on.
included?
Yeah, I'm happy to be included. All right, we all have candles. This is a group event. And then maybe the lights will go out. Okay, whatever. It's like a birthday party.
Maybe they were just about to put Rudy on or something, and they're like, we're all gonna have a candlelight watch session of Rudy on the in-flight.
Maybe someone died and they didn't want to tell anyone, and so they're
Someone was already dead on the flight.
Yeah.
So what's a respectful way to
secret candlelit vigil?
Yeah.
I like that.
The pilot just comes on. Will everyone light your candles now?
Well,
and no one knows why.
And you have to assume there's probably 300 seats on that plane
What
or
does this
something
do
like
for
that.
you?
This
in the
looks
long
like a
run?
relatively small plane, honestly. If you look at the picture.
Crop duster.
So what? How many seats would you say?
I'm no Johnny Aviation, so I couldn't tell you.
Jules is more of a
no.
She's a Jenny Aviation.
Jenny A.
Jenny A,
as they call her.
Yeah.
Jenny from the plane.
I can't
Yeah.
tell you exactly
She's
how
still
many.
Jenny from the plane. Let's
But it's-
estimate 100.
Yeah.
Okay, let's estimate 100. It's probably still cheaper to do 100 fake candles than it is 100 flashlights.
I don't think so.
But it's less cryptic to give people a flashlight.
Yeah, but I
Hang
don't
on.
think,
If the point of this was for light, these things do not give off light.
They give off light.
They do. Even for you and your one
It's an e-
seat, this doesn't give off enough light.
It's an electronic candle.
I
the
used
whole
to
point
work-
of it is to give off light.
I used
But
to work
also,
at
it's
Hibachi.
bright.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I forgot that makes you the electric candle expert. My bad.
No, listen, motherfucker. I used to work at Hibachi, and part of my
Chopping
job
up the chicken.
was
Electric candles. Yeah.
we had electric candles on the tables,
All right.
and we had to have 9 of them for each table because even with the lights dim, not off, but dim,
mhm.
they would not give off light. Fully charged.
They give off they don't not. It's not like you turn it on and there's no light.
I'm
emitted
saying
from it.
if you wake up and the power's out at your house, you are not getting around with one electric candle, one little tea kettle
No, if I
candle.
had a couple though, I would feel okay.
but you only get
also-
one on this plane.
But
Side
everybody
note.
has one.
Side note,
It's a group effort.
But what if the person next to you doesn't turn theirs on?
I'd be like, "Psst, buddy,
based
buddy,
on
we're
this
going down."
picture,
turn your fucking light on.
Is that a
man."
cryptic item you got there?
based on this picture, it's super bright outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also daytime.
So they're planning on being in the ocean then.
I don't know.
In
No, the candle does not indicate that they are planning on being in the ocean.
It's dark in the ocean when you
Only
take a
deep.
nosedive.
Only deep.
Oh, planes crash pretty deep in the ocean, buddy.
batteries
Sometimes
They
still
don't
work?
float.
Sometimes they crash shallow.
Do batteries still work fully submerged?
They're gonna find out.
I think. I don't know. I have no idea. I've
They
never
make
put-
they make waterproof flashlights.
So now you guys are just mad at the airline that they didn't provide flashlights.
Why would you have candles? Is there a murder
'Cause they're
mystery
cheap.
show?
Because they're cheaper. It's not
I don't
that
think they are.
elusive.
I'm looking this up. 216-859-8699. Send me some links to electronic candles.
I'm Lucas Durazio from WSRR's Behind Enemy Lines, the Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh. Living in Pittsburgh, I've gotten to familiarize myself with a lot of hardworking, locally owned brands. And I'm here to talk about one of the best in not only Pittsburgh, but the nation in Hellbender Vinyl. With Christmas right around the corner, I know some of our local bands and artists are looking for that special holiday release this season. Maybe a limited holiday album run on red and green vinyl? Whatever the occasion, Hellbender Vinyl has got you covered. Hellbender is Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant and is one of America's most trusted. With a wide variety of colors and designs, Hellbender Vinyl is second to none when it comes to making your next album release something special. Visit hellbendervinyl.com today to get started. And don't forget, all customers receive 5 free test presses at no additional charge. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
So, your friends invited you to their annual Super Bowl party, but you can't remember if that's the sport that's played with the sticks or with the bat. No fear, just break out your trusty sporting event shirt from genericclothes.com. But what's that you say? It's election season and your family has color-coded their entire personality again? Go ahead and play your part as the one true middleman by wearing your ambiguous political statement t-shirt. Yes, for all of your unwanted social interactions, geopolitical statements, or ideologies about the fashion industry in general, genericclothes.com has you covered. Once again, that's genericclothes.com.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And hey, it's Matt.
Coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
We are a recording and production studio located on the south side near Chicago.
Check us out online at synergymusicstudio.com. We offer recording, mixing, and mastering.
And follow us on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Snake? Not now. I'm trying to listen to the Rebel Radio Show.
It doesn't tell me how 50 count. 50 count of teacup candles on Amazon, $13. So if we're going for $100 or 100 passengers,
probably $13
right?
for one flashlight.
Not like small. If little keychain flashlights.
Dude, if I'm on an airline and we're going down,
yeah,
and they hand me a little keychain flashlight, I'm gonna be like, why the fuck didn't you just hand me a little electric
You would not.
candle?
You would not say that.
I would immediately think, man, I wish I had an electric candle right now.
How much did I say? Wasn't that 50 pack?
Yes.
Of the tea candles for $13?
Sure.
So you need 2 of those.
Sure.
So about $26 for the whole plane, and then probably some more for extra.
Yeah, that's cheap.
The 30 pack of mini flashlights is only $40, so it's not that much more expensive.
You're paying $120 to get the same amount,
but you're providing so much less light
with the flashlights,
with the candles.
Disagree strong.
Well, I may not be buying tea candles or flashlights at the moment, but I have bought some sweet clothes from genericclothes.com.
Oh.
And you can go to genericclothes.com right now, support local, and stick it to the big brand clothing companies. No one cares about the details. Get to the point. Get shirts with pretty much anything you want on them at this point. Like, they continuously add to their collection. They do giveaways each month and contests where you can win a free shirt, a free custom shirt that then gets added to the website. Get shirts that say things like shirt, pants, sporting event, local government, a whole bunch of things on there. Political ideology. There are a whole bunch of shirts on there. $600 shirt, I think, is one, or $1,500 shirt. Go see for yourself at genericclothes.com. If there's a shirt you're looking for, you can find it at genericclothes.com. What you will not be able to do is return a car that you just bought at a Sandy dealership storefront. Where is Sandy, Texas?
Utah. Sandy, Utah, baby.
Why is it so sandy? Is Sandy the name of the city?
I would assume Sandy
is
the
name
of
like
the city.
Sandy Ford and Chevrolet?
No, I would assume that because it says Sandy, Utah, December 10th, 2024. An angry auto buyer who was refused a refund for a vehicle he bought at a Mazda Showtown earlier in the day. Returned with a vengeance late Monday afternoon and smashed his way into the dealership's showroom. And I feel like this video's gone pretty viral. I feel like a lot of listeners have probably seen it already at this point, but he literally smashes through the showroom and then is like barking at I told you I would do it.
Yeah, so a guy, it's like a Mazda 6 or something like that, right? A Mazda. Buys a new car, says he bought a lemon. They won't take the refund for it for some reason. And he says, well, I'm going to come return it. And so his thought process is,
I'm returning it, motherfucker.
I am driving
I promise you.
directly through the storefront showroom. And that's what he does. He drives it right through and I think he like into someone's desk, it looks like in the video.
The receptionist desk.
It looks like the front reception desk.
So drives it right through there. There's customers and workers in there, obviously. And the first thing this dude does is he gets out of the car and goes, is anyone under there? And they go, no. And he goes, I told you, motherfuckers. I was returning it.
He said, I told you.
And obviously the police were called after that.
Yeah.
And he was taken away. And he told the police that the reason he was doing this is because they sold him a lemon.
There's lemon laws. He very well could have sued the dealership.
I think he very well knows he didn't get sold a lemon. I think that's what this is.
So,
but he said it said that he bought it like not too long before he crashed it into the dealership.
Yeah, he had just recently purchased the car.
If he would have had it looked over and like documented what was wrong with it, the time that he bought it.
I'm saying that's the thing. I don't think it was like, oh, the transmission was bad from the time I bought it. I think he just didn't like something about the car.
Murray alleged, and this is just a quote from the article. Murray alleged told the manager since they were, quote, not giving him back, not giving his money back, he was going to drive his vehicle through the front doors. Murray then walked out, got into his vehicle, and drove it through the front of the building. He said, I'm going to do this thing, and then immediately did it.
It's kind of on them.
Yeah. At that point, you should have been like, all right, well, let's try to figure something out so you don't do that.
I love haggling with the car dealers.
I will, if you don't give me this deal right now, I will drive my car directly through the front of your dealership. I am not afraid.
Listen, I love haggling with the car dealers. I really do. Like, people go to car lots and they'll start looking for cars, and I always want to go with them. However, if I am the dealer, if I am the representative for this dealership, and this guy is like, listen, if you do not give me this refund, I will drive this car through your building. I'm at least opening the floor to negotiation at that point.
Yeah, let's at least try to talk this. Let's try to talk this through.
I think it's a little bit on the dealership.
Here, according to the affidavit of probable cause statement filed in Salt Lake County 3rd District Court, as officers approached, Murray was standing right outside the front door, and when asked what was going on, he said they sold him a, quote, lemon, and that he would not give them his money, they would not give him his money back for the vehicle that he had bought earlier today. So he drove the vehicle through the front door.
Today?
He told the cops, too. He was like, he told them exactly what happened.
He's like,
he did not lie.
I told him I was going to do it, and I did it.
Yeah. Here's my wrists. Take me.
I wonder, he's got to go to jail, right? This is definitely a lockup worthy offense.
Probably going to at least go to jail. Probably not prison, but he's probably going to go to jail.
The worst part is now we can't even figure out what was wrong with the car because it's probably totaled after hitting the receptionist desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know. I wish we could have the phone calls leading up to this. Because, like, he bought the car, drove it off the lot, got home, was like, I don't want this car. Probably called them and was like, hey, I need to return this car. This and this is wrong with it.
They're like, nope, sorry, you already bought it.
Yeah.
We just signed, sealed, delivered.
That's not a thing most dealerships do in general.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they probably would not give you a full refund, even within 24 hours.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be like, here's your money back.
I feel like I've never heard of that being a thing, getting a full like you buy a car from and then you get your money back right away. Then I feel like that's...
But I feel like they'd probably work with you and be like, especially if it was that day and you bought a car.
Yeah, they'd work with you.
They'd be like, well, okay, here's what you can get.
Yeah, it's probably a situation
as an even swap, or here's what we can give you back now that it's off the lot.
They would be at least willing to work with you, or at least the salesman should be willing to work with you if he's a good salesman.
I bought a car, and thanks.
Congrats.
And I got home. I went to Walmart, and the car died. I was stranded at Walmart. I called the dealership because it was that day that I had bought it. I called the place that I had bought it, and I was like, hey, I'm stranded. figured out it was the starter, and they offered to replace it for me.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
here's the difference, though. You didn't have a dealership. You had a used car lot.
Yeah, it was a used
and
car
used
lot.
car lots care about their reputation.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
A dealership does not, and this is a dealership. And I feel like this is very. Again, I don't think that most dealerships, if you within 24 hours, like, I need to return this car, there's something wrong with it, they'd be like, no, fuck you, you got to keep it.
Probably.
So weird on the dealership that at this point, but they're also not like hurting for your business.
Yeah, that's
Your
fair.
one opinion on the
Yeah,
car that
right,
you already made the
right.
purchase. They made the money. They don't
what's-
really care.
What's stopping them from having their technicians look over and say, well, no, it's fine.
Right.
We don't see any problems with it.
Right.
Beep, beep, you're on your way. Like, fuck you, we're not giving you anything back.
You'd
You know?
think he didn't like buy this thing outright.
I
No,
would assume
yeah.
not.
So,
I would
like-
just have to assume not.
I wonder if he got home and realized like how much the payment was actually going to be.
Fuck,
He was
I
like,
can't
I
do
actually
this.
can't afford this.
Fuck. drove it through the front. Here, Murray's being investigated for second-degree felony criminal mischief and 2 Class A misdemeanors, including reckless endangerment and economic interruption / property damage.
Economic interruption is a crazy charge.
Yeah, dude.
Also, criminal mischief, I think, is a hilarious charge.
You are criminally a mischief.
Yeah, like you created so much mischief that it was
You
criminal.
little mischievous criminal. Come on, buddy.
At what point do you just call it crime? Like criminal mischief? Just
Yeah,
call it
that's-
crime
That's
at that
crime.
point.
You're doing crime, buddy.
That's a little bit more than joking around.
It's so funny that he was just so transparently honest about
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I'm going to go get my car and drive it through the front of this building then.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right. And then he did it. Got out of the car.
He's like,
was
it has
the
been
cops.
returned.
yeah. Got out of the car, was like, I told you guys I was going to do it.
This is a sitcom subplot.
The cops got there. He told them what he did. Was not like, he was like, look, this is what happened.
Look, they have the car.
Yeah.
I want my money.
This thing is a piece of shit.
I mean, it was a Mazda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so great. And his fucking reaction, he just gets out and says, I told you I was going to do it.
Why is it so easy to drive through buildings? Like, I've seen so many cars drive through buildings.
Because cars are. I remember being told before I got my license, before I could drive or anything like that.
You talking about the Bullet? Is that what you're going to talk about?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, go ahead then.
I don't know about the bullet. No, just that.
It's a cryptic item. You'll know about it soon.
All right. As soon as they give it to me.
Yeah, as soon as they come by and hand you one single bullet.
Every car is a death machine, and you have to like be able to understand that and watch more for other people on the road than
Yeah.
yourself. You know, I feel like there's a very basic. Like we've all been driving for a while now, so that's all basic common knowledge. But like to new drivers or to someone who hasn't been driving, that is like very sage wisdom of like secretly we are all driving these crazy death
Yeah.
contraptions that
Yeah.
fly 100 miles an hour at each other and opposite directions and shit.
It's crazy how less and less we actually care about safety, despite like the safety rating being a thing now, right? I watched it was for a Ford Escort, 1991 Ford Escort or something, and they were advertising the bumpers on the Ford Escort. And if you've ever seen an old Ford Escort, they got this big black rubber bumper on the front of it, in front of the metal bumper.
Yeah.
And like it was legitimately just a spring-loaded bumper, and it just showed the whole commercial for the car was it just running into other cars or light posts or things like that, and it would bump and bounce off. That's not a thing anymore. A bumper doesn't do what it's supposed to do anymore. It's just a piece of plastic now.
Yeah.
A bumper does not actually bump off anything.
It doesn't bump anything.
Yeah.
Your bumpers ain't bumping anymore.
These bumpers just ain't bumping. But no, that's not. Anyway, I guess we're going to break. So if you want to return a car, 216-859-8699. Drive it to the Rebel Studio.
Hey, what's up? Are we in a promo right now?
Sure seems like it.
Is that what this is?
Maybe we should talk about off air.
I'm stuck.
You mean off air on WSRR radio?
That's the very one.
3 to
Wow.
4 p.m.?
You got it.
Is that on weekdays?
Weekdays.
Holy shit!
Help me.
This is Preston Harden, creator of True Vault Escapades, a show combining my love for the Fallout games and old-time radio of days gone by. If you're looking for a classic detective show set in the retro-futuristic post-apocalyptic wasteland, this is definitely for you. You can find us on any podcatcher like Apple or Spotify, and hear it exclusively here on WSRR Radio every weeknight at 10 p.m. Tune in today and prepare for the future.
Attention, have you or your family members been affected by ESPN and their boring hot takes or their repetitive programming? If so, you are not entitled to compensation, but you may be entitled to join WSRR Radio at 10 a.m. on Mondays to hear new episodes of Cleveland's newest sports talk show, Behind Enemy Lines.
Welcome back to the Rebel Podcast. Honestly, look how rebellious they are. We're going to do incredible things here. We really are. Honestly, listen.
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. I was just on my phone on hellbendervinyl.com.
Oh.
I was looking at some of their custom vinyl record pressings they've put out this year.
Yeah? What? What?
Oh, they have tons. They have
Yeah.
a whole variety of different colors and I don't know what's the term for shininess. What's the luster?
Oh, okay.
Is
I know what
luster
you're
the
talking
correct
about.
term?
Yeah.
I was trying to think back to my geology days.
Back when I was a geologist.
Well, because it's luster and there's something else when you do the scratch test. That's
Mm.
regardless.
I'm not a.
They have a whole variety of custom vinyl records at hellbendervinyl.com. You can even see how the process is made if you follow them on Instagram. That's Hellbender Vinyl. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, there's even delivery up to a certain radius. And every customer at Hellbender Vinyl gets 5 free test presses completely free. They're one of America's most trusted vinyl record pressing plants. So make your next album release something special with hellbendervinyl.com because they're hellbent on quality, they're hellbent on service. Once again, that's hellbendervinyl.com. That is in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
In New Jersey.
A little bit across the pond, as they say.
Yeah, where there's spaghetti in the woods.
Yes.
And bears that are found by presidential candidates.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Pasta.
We said spaghetti in the woods. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Sorry.
There's other things. We talked about something else in the New
New
Jersey
Jersey
woods.
is just a very elusive, it's a very cryptic place. There's a lot of cryptic items. Sometimes you're gifted cryptic items in New Jersey.
The home of the cryptic item.
Yeah.
New Jersey. New Jersey is really the home for a lot of content on this show.
Yeah,
if
thank
we're
you,
being
New
honest.
Jersey.
Thank you, New Jersey. But there's drones. I'm sure everyone's heard about this. There's been drones spotted over New Jersey, and initially the initial report that I heard was that they were as big as the hood of a car. These drones. Flash forward to Thursday this past week, and the latest report I heard was they're as big as SUVs.
Oh, they're getting larger.
Are they the fish?
Growing. They're growing.
They're growing. They're multiplying.
Yeah, so there's hundreds, I believe, right?
I mean, it just seems like there are more and more sightings as the days go by, which is kind of like weird. And also, it's just the fact that we haven't confirmed, because so at least what I'm reading here from NBC is that it's been since the drones were first spotted in New Jersey on November 18th. And NBC News has been tracking reports of possible drone sightings, mostly in New Jersey, since December 3rd. It's the 16th now, and there's definitely been more sightings since the 3rd. So I would assume, yeah, probably within the hundreds. I don't know, though. It just seems like one of those things where every night you can go on whatever social media and see more of them.
Yeah, no, this is, as much as we talk about pasta in the New Jersey woods, this is very much a legitimate news story that's been going around.
Yeah,
it's what
just
are these
weird.
drones and why are they here? And is it a threat? Are we under attack?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like,
why just New Jersey?
Is it a threat, or are we...
What do they want with New Jersey?
Like, are we mistaking, like, UPS flight thing, like,
partial things?
Yeah, partial
Amazon
flights.
delivery drones.
Right.
It's Christmas time.
Like, there's just multiple. I feel like there's because it's one of those things too, where because drones have become such a thing that people use, I guess, like legitimately, it's not just an amateur, like people are doing it for fun or for leisure. It's not a hobby. People use these things in their actual practice. It could be any number of legitimate things that are just like American-based companies that are using drones for whatever their company might be.
And from what I understand, there's like investigations, like federal investigations for these drones that are going on now, and we don't have answers for it. Like, it can't be that hard to track down a drone, right?
I don't remember.
Follow it and see where it lands.
I don't remember where I heard, but it was something to the effect of there was a New Jersey sergeant that had a helicopter that was over one of the drones and felt uncomfortable, like didn't feel safe for him and his people in the helicopter with him, and so they flew off. And I was like,
New Jersey's finest.
Yeah, aren't you guys supposed to? Isn't that your job to follow
to
that
deal with the uncomfortable thing?
Right, to track that thing that makes you nervous. Like, isn't that your whole
good.
shtick?
That's good.
He was waiting for somebody like Spider-Man or Iron
yeah,
Man
right. Waiting for a superhero to show up.
It's Mysterio. That's what it is.
I guess
Mysterio's
so.
got his drones out.
Yeah, his illusion drones.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's probably what it is.
New Jersey is just an illusion. It's
They're
not
setting up
real.
for the next MCU.
Yeah, it sank years ago, and this
New
is
Jersey fucking gone.
yeah, this is just an illusion.
That's why there's so much fun stuff happening in New Jersey. People are just programming in goofy things in the wild.
It's been AI generated the last couple of years. So
they're like, what if we put pasta in the woods?
Fuck it. Why not?
See what happens.
Yeah.
But no, like, no one knows where these drones are coming from, which is very interesting to me. If they're this big,
yeah, right,
they can't be like elusive, right? Follow it, see where it lands.
Well, and that's another thing. I saw a video of a guy shooting he was literally just in his front yard of like a New Jersey suburb at night, shooting his assault rifle at a drone. I was like, bro,
that's crazy.
That's dangerous. Like, obviously, I want to get these things down too and figure out what they are by any means necessary. But like, shooting a gun upwards in a neighborhood, bro.
If that thing is close enough for you to shoot and it's the size of an SUV, you must be a terrible shot if you didn't get that thing down.
That's what I was thinking, bro. He was pulling the trigger like it was fully auto. It wasn't fast.
Well, semi-auto, because that'd be illegal if it was fully auto.
It was
It's semi-automatic.
That's semi-auto.
If it's an AR-15.
I don't know what it was.
You can't legally own a fully automatic weapon.
You ever heard of a giggle trigger?
Well, you can't legally
Sounds like a
shoot
cryptic item.
into the air like that.
A giggle
It
trigger.
depends on where you live. Probably not in New Jersey, but no.
A giggle switch.
If you live in a township, you can.
Really?
Yeah, townships, you can fire a gun on your own property.
Well, yeah.
Regardless, it seemed like a very suburban.
Right,
There were
yeah, no.
sidewalks and other houses.
Again, that's probably not the circumstances.
Yeah.
But no, so real quick, because I have an interesting rebuttal to that, or counterpoint, or continuation of that. But the main theory that I've seen right now is apparently there is, I want to say Iran. There's an Iran like naval ship that's parked off of the New Jersey Bay for some reason. Which, why aren't we investigating what that's about? That seems like that should be a concern.
Because Luigi Mangione.
And again, I think this could very well be a distraction. Not from that, because I think that might be a distraction as well. But like, there's a whole bunch of transitional presidential stuff happening right now. I feel like this could very well be another Canadian wildfire train derailment kind of distraction.
I mean, I don't disagree at all. And also, there was like the you brought up, Jules, the Chinese weather balloon that was
flew over like 20 states before we did anything about
yeah.
it. Yeah, I feel like this could very well just be a distraction.
Pentagon has said that they are not owned by military and that they are not coming from the Iranian quote mothership off the East Coast, as suggested by
As suggested by Rebel Radio show.
Yeah, as suggested by Rebel Radio
Style.
show host.
I'm just saying, I dismissed that one pretty quick. Maybe we'll look back into it, you know?
In the statement with NBC News, the U.S. Secret Service is confirming it. So here, the U.S. Secret Service is confirming it, quote, does not currently have any unmanned aerial systems operating in or around New Jersey or New York. So Secret Service is saying, like,
it's not ours.
It's not us. That ain't us.
So this is some company. I listen, I'm not ruling out the Iranian ship. Sorry,
I mean,
sorry,
no.
Pentagon.
I don't disagree with that. I think anything's on the table until like you get. Oh, and that's the other thing. If they're different sizes, like you have to get a couple of these down and look at them, right? To like compare and contrast and see.
I know we brought it up already, but how do you lose things that are the size of SUVs and car hoods?
I just
how
don't
do they
understand.
disappear?
Uneasy and fly away.
Yeah, I just don't understand like
they got the uneasy beam on
the police thing, but then also like. Why isn't something like the Secret Service coming in?
And this is why I think it's like a false flag or a distraction, because like you said, why wouldn't instantly the police of this city be like, well, why are there giant drones over my city?
Right.
Let's do something.
I wish I had the quote from the sergeant, but it was something to the effect of like he didn't feel comfortable with the people, like he didn't feel comfortable for the safety of him and the people in the helicopter with him, so they flew off of it.
Fuck the
let
city
it go.
below.
Yeah, they're like, let it go. Fuck it.
It's probably fine.
It's fine.
It's probably fine. It's probably not Iranian or anything.
Yeah, yeah. So that's always heartwarming.
My overall opinion on this whole thing, because this has been going on for weeks now, is
November 18th. It's been a while.
No one's bringing up the fact that, and we've talked about drones before. We talked about the city in Ohio where some guy was throwing beer bottles at the police drone.
Yeah.
And then the police put out a tweet saying, "Please don't throw beer bottles at our drones."
Right.
We have so much progress, exponential growth, as you would say, in terms of the drone market from just a year ago, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, again, we brought it up before, but these things are massive, it seems, from the reports. Why have the drone laws not also grown since then?
Well,
because it's still operating under private airspace, right? You don't own the air around your house, so you can technically fly a drone there, and it's not impeding someone else's property.
I think it's interesting that there are some police forces in some cities that do have police drones and then others that don't. And it's one of those things where I don't even know where I side on that, because that seems...
I think they should, but not for like how the police force in Ohio we talked about was using it of like, oh, we think this, was it like a meth charge or something? They thought he was cooking meth and they sent a drone back there. Like, no, if someone, I don't know if we ever talked about it here, but there was in Parma, there was a blockade, and like this dude had like someone hostage in a house, and a SWAT team was called, and they sent in a drone to figure out the layout of the house.
Yeah,
I think that's a great use of drones. Like if there was a genuine like danger situation, and you're sending in a drone to get the layout of the house or something, or do something, I think that's a fantastic use for a drone. I don't think just flying them around through people's houses because we suspect something might be going on is a good use of a drone.
No, I completely agree. It's one of those things where I worry about like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
How far is it gonna go? Where okay, there's police drones in every city now, but drone laws get looser, and then police drones are just patrolling like 24/7.
Well,
that'd be like borderline spooky for me.
So here's what I don't understand about
like scanning every second.
Yeah, right. Like imagine that.
This is what I don't understand about all of this. So even if you go and buy a drone, and I just saw someone do this, if you go and buy a drone, you have to fly it in non-restricted airspace. It's the same with radio signals. You have to make sure you're not broadcasting in restricted airspace. Anything you put in the air that's like within so many feet of an airport or a hangar or anything like that, or a federal facility, typically has restricted airspace for those reasons. You can't fly through it. And most drones now will deactivate or not let you take off if you're in that airspace.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it's an FCC commission.
Right. Like if it's a smart enough drone, if it's
Right.
a technologically advanced enough drone.
So
Interesting.
I saw someone the other day post on their story that they bought this drone, they took it out to a strip, and they went to go fly it, and because they were too close to the airspace, the notice they kept getting is it would not take off. You can't take it off here. This is restricted airspace.
That's very, very interesting.
So why can't they put some kind of restriction on this airspace to kill these drones out? If this is a big enough issue where the Pentagon's talking about it and the Secret Service is talking about it, you can't like temporarily put up a restricted airspace over New Jersey.
Yeah, some kind of not EMP, but
right.
Yeah, like a
FCC commission ban or something on this
right,
airspace,
so that it deactivates. But then that becomes the thing of, well, if it's in other countries, then that might not even affect it, and they'll still be up.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works out.
It's one of those things where like this could be silly mumbo jumbo nonsense, and it's like a delivery company or you know, something very harmless, or it is like another country.
It totally could be like new delivery startup company.
Sure,
that's
right.
like the new DHL.
Dude, it could be UPS, and we just don't know about it yet. You know, they haven't made a comment about it, or it, you know, it could be.
New Jersey is the like test.
Yeah, right.
land.
New Jersey's the test market, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we're in trouble. Like, you know. It's a very interesting predicament, and like it's one of those things where it's kind of like AI, where drones are still so new.
Yeah,
like you said, the drone market and the accessibility to drones has gotten like way to good drones.
Yeah,
has gotten like exponentially easier.
Well, that's the thing I was gonna bring. You talked about the guy who went out and was shooting at the drone. You can't do that, like at all on your property. If there's a drone on it, you can't shoot at it, because you don't own the air around your property, which I think is a crazy concept.
That's interesting.
Like if I own land and there's just a drone on it, I should have the right to shoot that thing down.
Yeah.
I really should.
No, I don't disagree with that. If it's on your if it's on your property.
Yeah.
But it's in the air.
Yeah, but you don't own the air, right?
I don't know. That's interesting. Because then what it's like, it's a situation of what if you have a private plane and a landing strip and like a hangar on your land. So then do you own that airspace?
Oh.
Because
what if you had enough money to build your own landing strip, right?
I'm just thinking of like, people who have enough land and enough money to build that sort of stuff and just
because there's definitely people that have like little crop dusters and shit that they own that they just
right.
How does that work?
Do you own that airspace? I don't know.
You think
probably not. You probably have to sign some contract if it's legal.
Yeah.
You probably have to sign some contract with some state organization saying that you are legally allowed to have that hangar there with that runway and take off and land.
Well, you also have to have your pilot's license.
Yeah, right, of course.
But you don't. That's the thing. Because, like, it's the same with buying a car. You could have no license and buy a car off some guy on Facebook for $200,
right?
And you could drive it for 10 years. And as long as you don't get caught,
right?
Who knows?
Right. I had a friend who did that.
Yeah? Drove a car illegally for 10 years?
Drove a car illegally for, like, 2.5-ish years.
But as long as you don't get in an accident or get caught driving it without a license, like,
right.
no one would know the difference.
Right.
So if I bought a crop duster tomorrow and just started flying it, as long as no one caught me, like, getting in the way of air traffic.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing is, like, you'd have to learn air traffic control speak.
Or I could get really lucky. Or I could get really lucky when I fly my plane.
You could have a call sign of like the silent flyer. And
Yeah,
just never talk.
Yeah.
That's how
I
you
have
get
my
around.
radio
Yeah,
on. It's just
yeah.
a white noise all the time.
Yeah. He's the silent flyer.
They can't catch me because
Yeah.
I'm only as big as an SUV.
Right.
Just flying through the air.
But yeah, this is one of those things where it could be a total non-issue in like 2 weeks and we know what it is, or this is like something spooky, or something in between, I guess. Something where maybe we...
Cryptic drones.
Or, like Style was saying, this could be another Canadian wildfire situation, and this is just like a... what do they call that? Look the other way, a distraction.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows? Like, it's a very interesting situation, and these drones still haven't been, like, no one has brought one down yet that we know of, and also drones are so new, and like every country has them. Every country and probably a lot of police forces and a lot of militaries have them.
And I don't trust the federal government enough to, number one, acknowledge that it's not Iran just because they said it's not. And I don't trust the federal government enough to acknowledge that it's not the federal government just because they said it's not.
Right.
I think very realistically, it could be either one of them still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like nothing is off the table until one of these things come down.
Because
what
again,
country was it that had the pot drones?
Country.
I remember that the ones that dropped the weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a country.
I thought that was just a state that did that.
No,
it was a country.
It was in Washington, wasn't it?
No, I thought it was like a Middle Eastern country or something like that. Maybe, I don't remember. It's been a long time since we've talked about that.
Well, these are just SUVs in the sky. These aren't pot drones.
And it's interesting too that like they've supposedly gotten bigger over time.
Right.
Are they growing?
Which again, and that's an aspect of it. I'm like, are people just like increasing the size of their fish here?
Yeah.
Is this tall tale getting taller that they're like, oh no, I saw one, it was the size of an SUV.
Yeah, maybe they're all just normal sized drones or something like that, and people are getting spooked. Yeah, I don't. Again, it's a million, and then like there are the ones that are on camera, and then the supposed sightings off camera because these are just in like New Jersey suburbs. And
I'm
shit
just
like
saying,
that.
if it's not some kind of like distraction thing, either by the local government or the federal government or another country's government, if that's not what it is, why don't we have an answer? It shouldn't be this hard to go, there's a drone, let's follow it and see where it lands.
So here's a good little tidbit from NBC News. Mayors who were presented at a briefing last week with New Jersey officials at a DHS representative told NBC that no one from state or federal agencies were able to confirm exactly how many drones had been spotted over New Jersey. One said they know of, quote, at least 400 sightings, and another said, quote, there could be thousands. So nobody has a clear answer as to how many there really have been seen.
What do you mean? Why is this a cryptid? What the hell is happening right now?
Yeah, right. Either
This isn't
400
the Mothman.
or Thousands?
You
Plural?
Are they flying around
Is this
like
an
a swarm of
armada?
bugs?
Are we just not like acknowledging the police reports? Like police report comes in, hey, I saw a drone. Nah, throw that one in the shredder.
Not real.
Wait, I don't
You
need any
fibber.
record of this.
Yeah,
It makes me want to go to New Jersey and just see if this is this big of an issue, and there's this many drones and they're this big, I should see them walking down the street daily.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's the thing. I think there have been like a lot. Like I said, you check social media and you see more sightings of this.
Oh, that's just a
nightly.
drone.
Right. Here's another one. Numerous federal officials, including the FBI, the lead agency investigating the matter, have said the drones don't appear to pose a threat, but have not provided much more information. The Federal Aviation Administration has launched a new website dedicated to the drones that aims to answer common questions about the flying object. I wonder if that means drones in general or these specific drones that are over, like FAQs about these drones that are flying over New Jersey, as much as we know.
I wonder if that's like user accessible. Like, can I go on there as a form that I can like, hey, I saw this drone this day.
I mean, you can. There's
You're going to it?
Yeah, there's a link to the website, but I'm assuming it's probably
Them just giving information about here's what we know
Well,
about drones.
About drones in general,
Yeah.
so that people have maybe a better understanding when they look up and see
Yeah.
one. Which is still kind of spooky.
You know what? In general, I know I made the argument that drones can be used. I think I'm anti-drone in general. I don't think we need them.
I think in general, I'm probably. I don't know.
I just
dude.
don't think we need them.
It's one of those
We were doing
things
just
where
fine without them.
I
Without
get-
these cryptic objects in the sky, we were doing just fine.
It's the same thing with AI. Like, yeah, we were doing just fine without it, and I just worry that anything like that is going to get militarized. But then it's like the gun law situation where I know that there are bad people who have guns, so give good people guns too. That's the only solution. So then it's like if they have drones, we should have drones too.
Listen, more cryptic items, less cryptic objects.
Yes.
216-859-8699. The number to text into the Rebel Radio Show or any of the shows on WSRRradio.com. That's the homepage. You can scroll through our entire lexicon of programming. Of course, the Rebel Radio Show is live every Monday at 5 p.m. right here on WSRR Radio, but you can also catch off air the Shady Show, where he does cryptic Mongolian throat singing. He doesn't do that, I promise.
I can't stop.
That's 3 p.m. on weekdays on WSRR Radio for the replay of that. The Pigeonhole follows that, but all of them in podcast form are also available wherever you get podcasts or WSRRradio.com. Make sure you also check out the drive time programming every morning on WSRR Radio. Strictly Stritch in the morning, the Grab Bag, and Behind Enemy Lines, your Cleveland sports show from Pittsburgh with Lucas DeRazio and Dom Farrow. All of those, of course, available at StylesRebelRadio.com or WSRRradio.com. Of course, thank you to our awesome sponsors that help keep us on air and help keep local and independent music in your airwaves nationwide. That's Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago, GenericClothes.com, and Hellbender Vinyl out of Pittsburgh, PA. Give them a follow on social medias and check out their website as well. They do awesome work, and we're very grateful for all the awesome sponsors that we get to work with. Also, remember to check out True Vault Escapades from Preston Hardin. That's the Fallout-based radio drama weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on WSRR Radio, where you can keep it tuned to save the local underground music scene wherever you are. Again, that's WSRRradio.com. Join the Discord server. Chat with all of us 24/7, 365. It's live, just like WSRR Radio. Until next time, I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Styles. Am I right, Sheenie?
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.